This. Ooh. This. Whoa! Spotless, factory fresh. Hello, welcome back to RC Workshop. So today, guys, we are cleaning down the Traxxas Max truck. Tools for the job, so portable pressure washer, a dirt release agent. This is bike spray, by the way, guys, but it works really well. A GT85 with a water displacer, so any water that's hidden in places, that thing will fetch it out. As well as that, we have got Protect and Shine. Anything with like a silicone base in it, that's just for the finish on the end. This is for the people that really don't want to jet wash their car down. What I normally like to do with this car, when I finish with it, go to the jet wash, stick a pound in, jet wash it all down, come back and just do the last two pieces. But what we'll do, guys, just for you, is we'll do a full clean down. This is no way like full maintenance, like diffs and all that sort of stuff, you know, but this is just to look after it, make sure that dirt doesn't set into any metal parts and start making rust or seizing them up. Let's get to it. Right, guys, forgot to mention, for the job, you are going to need the nice stiff paintbrush. Something with plastic bristles to really get in there on the dirt. Let's get to it. First thing you're going to want to do, take all these wheels off so you can get to everything behind the wheels, all the good stuff. Make sure them bearings don't rot away. Pull all the wheels off like so. Take your body shell off and we'll put them to one side. So you are going to want to absolutely cake everything down with a dirt release agent like so. Absolutely soak it in this, guys. This will help release all the dust, dirt and debris. Like so. Don't forget the underneath of the wheels as well. Turn them all over. Give them a good soaking. Make sure it's got all that lot on. And leave it to soak for a good 3 or 4 minutes. And that's been sitting for 5 minutes. As you can see, this thing is already looking a lot cleaner, guys, but it's not. When that dries, all that dirt's still going to be there. So what you want to do is take your nice thick stiff brush and just go around and literally dab everything that you've already sprayed. If you come across some areas where it don't come off so easy, respray it with a dirt release agent, give it a wipe in, leave it and come back to it. But make sure you go over the entire car with the brush in all the nooks and crannies, like so. A little bit tough in there, keep going. All the way around, we'll go all around that, come back to you in a sec. Same with the wheels as well, guys. Give the wheels a little spray down. There you go, all the way around on the rubber as well. Flip that over upside down, under the inside. So what you want to do all this before that dirt release agent dries back out, so you rip around the whole car. I'll come back to you in a sec when I've done that. Right then, so we've done absolutely everything now, just flipped it over to do the bottom. Don't forget to do the underneath, guys. That's where all the dirt sticks to the bottom of your arms and everything else. It's easier to access the drive shaft since it's upside down as well. Already done all that. Don't forget your body shell. Let's say all the wheels are done. The next thing you want to do is grab your hose or your portable water pressure. Just wash down that brush. And then you can literally start jet washing everything down on the car, using the brush as well to work all the dirt back out of the car or truck. You don't want to do too much on the bottom because that will clean itself off as you wash through the top, and you want to flip it over at the end as well. Watch how good this works, guys. Check this out. There you go. One clean wheel. Don't forget the backs. Let's say if you're doing a good job, you'll notice all this gross stuff on the table or the surface that you're doing it on. That's all come off the car. All right, let's flip that car over. Ew. Let's say this is where you want to use your brush and just work that clean water back into all the areas. Make sure your car's waterproof before you do this. If not, take any waterproof components off the car motors and everything else, unless they're censored, will be fine. Now what's actually happening now is that chassis is catching all the water, as you can see, but that's fine. We'll carry on working our way through it. All the arms, hubs and everything else. Like so. As you can see, that is already looking a lot cleaner. And what you'll do is turn that over quickly. All that water and nasties will fall back out the bottom of that chassis. To the bottom again, a little bit. So anything that you've missed, the arms, hubs and everything else. Make sure you do them hubs and them bearings, guys. So don't worry about water going in the bearings. We're not actually jetting it into there with a jet wash either. So just put your hose on low. Let's turn that round. That is already looking nice and clean. And that ain't the magic stage yet, guys. You wait. You wait. That's the little hub there. Right, I'll just get finished up on this and I'll show you the next step. One thing also I like to do is if you prop the car up upside down on the two spare wheels back and front and you wash underneath, all that dirt, look, just falls right out the bottom of the chassis of the car, because you don't want all that dirt sitting back down in there. There's one side, look at all that dripping out, it's disgusting. Let's flip it over. Oops. Like so. And do the same again. That is already looking like it's just come out the shop. Oh yeah. And don't forget as well, that body shell. Because it's Lexan, if you spray dirt release agent on this and just give it a quick rub down, it'll pretty much clean itself. You just give it a rub by hand, don't really have to bother with a brush. As you can see, watch it. Like so. You can use a sponge if it's on real thick as well. Get a spray down. Oh look, don't forget to subscribe, guys. Hit that subscribe button. There you go. And then not forgetting inside the shell as well. Inside, I never really pay too much attention. Inside, you ain't got to be spotless, because you can't see that. I just like to clean my models because they always go back on the shelf where everyone can see them. That's enough on that body shell. Right, next step. So next thing you want to do, everything's completely sprayed down as clean as you can get it with the little jet wash and the brush. Next thing you want to do is get a nice clean dry rag and literally wipe it over as much as you can. As much water as you can get off with a rag, the better. It don't really take that long to go over it with the rag. And as well as that, the rag will clean anything that you've missed while it's still wet. So this is more of just a clean down, not a general maintenance thing, guys, but keeping dirt on your truck, I still wouldn't advise it, especially on the metal parts, bearings and things like that. Literally, there you go, just keep wiping it down until you've got it as dry as possible. And same with the wheels, the body shells next after the wheels. Wipe down your body shell as well. Again, not all the water, because we're going to leave this to dry for about a good half an hour at least, because otherwise the next stage isn't going to work as well. So with the wheels, when you do them last, you want to do the fronts of all the wheels, inside all the spokes as well, the fronts of all the wheels, every single, for all four of them. Then you want to turn them round and do the insides. The insides sort of, there's always dirt linger on the inside of the wheels for some reason. So you want to do them inside them wheels last, and then chuck your rag in the wash, or just clean it out in a bucket for next time. So we'll let that, I'll finish up drying that, dry all the wheels, dry all the body shell, leave it in the sun to dry for a good half an hour, and then we'll come back to you in half an hour. Right then, so for the next step, we're going to be putting some spray lube on the car. Everything is completely dry down now. I use GT85, you can use WD-40, anything the spray lube with a water displacer in as well really does help. So what you want to do as well is put a battery in the car. You have your remote handy, and Then what you want to do is gently press the throttle. While that's spinning, spray inside the bearing, spray the back of the bearing inside the hub, and then also into the diff where the drive shaft goes into the diff. You can also put a little bit on the drive shaft as well. And same with the rear, plenty, and then into the diff at the back, and also behind the hub. And what you want to do then is leave that for a sec to soak in. All the little bits now that with joints, so top of your shocks, bottom of your shocks, all your pivot points like so, all your steering points. In the back again, all the pivot points. You can literally soak the car in this, guys, it wouldn't hurt at all. So again, everything with a joint on it, so even the ones in there by the diffs, just give them a little spray down, just helps things run nice and smooth and takes any grit and dirt out of there. Then again, while you've got your car with your power valve running, you got your steering linkages, so just turn the steering and then pop out. Give all your steering linkages a good spray down. Don't forget the ones by the servos. And then also, I like to put a little spray of this in the bearing at the back of the motor, which is just down in there. Give that a spray as well. Be generous with it, it won't hurt. What else can I say? That's it. Don't forget your wheelie bar as well. You've got your bearings on your wheelie bar, both sides. I'll spin that round and do all the other side and come back to you in a sec. Now the first lot of sprays had time to sink in. What you want to do is come back to the first side that you've done, and when you give it some throttle, again spray that bearing. And if you watch, let me just tilt the camera a little bit, you should see a little bit of dirty grease fall out. There you go, it just dropped on the table. So it has got some dirt particles in. So you can do that as many times as you want, but like I say, twice is fine for me if I do it every time I clean the truck. And you want to go back to all the hubs and do the second time round. You can see a lot came out of that one, guys, look at that. Ew. That is a lot. It don't hurt to just spray this, all the dirt out the way. Not forgetting as well, guys, there's a bearing behind the hub, so you gotta go in the backs of the hubs and do exactly the same. What you will want to do, or might want to do, is take these bearings out and re-grease them all. Like I say, I do that on a regular basis anyway, so I'm not going to do it today. The lubrication that's in there should be just about fine, but you can see all that dirt has just fell out of that bearing set. On to the next part. Right then, so now everything's all lubed up. You're going to throw your wheels and tyres back on. Don't over tighten them, just nip them up and make sure that everything still spins and rotates nicely. This is where the magic happens now, guys. Check this out. So what you've got on the truck is lots of abrasive marks, so where the body shell rubs, where you've got scratches underneath and everything else, it will still look dirty even though it's clean, because the dirt stays inside them scuffs and marks. But what you need now is you take your silicone spray. This is what I get is like car care, real car care, guys, or bike care, one or the other. You can get Back to Black. This particular brand is Muck Off, and what this does is it greases up as well. But when you just spray your car down with this, it will look like it's just come out the factory, off the production line. It hides all them little scratches and scuffs. It makes it look shiny. And as well as that, because there's silicone in the spray, when you take the car out next, the dirt will stick to the silicone that's on the plastics. And what that'll be, it'll be easier to clean for next time then as well. So don't forget the underneath. Just give it a nice thick coating. You ain't gotta go all over it, because I'll show you what we gotta do next after this step. One thing you gotta do as well, just fire the car up, turn it on, like so. You want to gently accelerate so you can do a wheel. Let's get you in on that wheel there. So gently accelerate. You're going to spray the wheel a few times, and the tyre as well, if you want it to look nice and clean and special on the shelf. Look at that, guys. Wow. Let's compare the two. You got a clean, dusty looking wheel on the front and a clean, spotless, sparkling wheel on the back. We'll do that for all four and I'll show you the last step. For the last step, if like me you always put too much silicone spray on, you get your brush that you clean the car with, you make sure it's all nice and dry and there's no water on the brush, and then you literally go around with the brush again and spread all that silicone out. So anywhere that you've missed in there, any of the hard to reach places or even the scratches that won't take on the silicone, just go around literally and rub all that in. It will stay slightly wet, but like a greasy film, but any water shouldn't be on the car and should be gone. Just finish that off. Let's say just spread it all around. Anywhere that you don't see any shiny, just spread it from one place to the next, it'll go. Look at that. Looks like I've just unboxed it. And don't forget as well, your body shell. Again, go crazy with the silicone on the body shell, silicone spray. Literally just brush it off all over. Dump that on the car. Brand new. Whoa, look at that. That is how to look after your cars. And that is why it looks new every time you bring it back. If you do that, as well as your full maintenance, which is all like your diff greasing, your shock maintenance and all that sort of stuff, tightening all the bolts up, this was in my eyes literally just a quick clean. There you have it, guys. Looks fantastic. Nice and clean, ready to go back on the shelf, ready to go back out and get dirty on the trails again. Anyway, if you like the video, hit the like button, please rate, comment and hit that subscribe button. I'll see you on the next one. See ya.